reporting in Albany, reporting in Great Barrington, reporting in Albany, reporting in Hudson, reporting in Albany, reporting in Rensselaer County, reporting in Albany,
reporting in downtown Troy,
reporting in Albany,
reporting in Argyle, Vanessa Blasi,
News 10 ABC.
Here we go.
Peter Murray says every day is an adventure when he's behind the wheel of a school bus.
Well, I'm going to tell you, waking up in the morning, when you come in, say hi to everyone. That's awesome.
It's a seat he's been in for the last 30 years at South Colony Central School District.
I get to actually drive the bus and pull the parking brake, which is almost like a Disney ride, but it's not Disney. So, I mean, you go like 5 miles an hour and pull the brake. It's like, Arr!
But no matter the direction or destination, Murray says spending his time with the kids makes the years fly by.
I have a young gentleman. He's going to high school. He sings to me every morning, sees me go home at night, which is awesome. You're giving them that smile in the morning as they're coming up. That may be the only smile that they get.
But at South Colony Central School District, there are 8 bus driver positions opened, positions they need to get filled before the start of the school year.
It's a chance to get students to and from school in a safe way, and honestly, it takes a special person to do that.
Director of Transportation Brian Sims says a mix of full-time and part-time positions are open. If the positions are not filled, some routes will have to change.
This might be not the most efficient timing-wise, but we definitely get it done. We do not cancel runs. At least not yet, we haven't.
For Murray, the school bus is something that's been there for the good and
they're here for you in your darkest moment. So, I was driving the day that my wife passed away. They radioed me over the radio. They got me back here, and I got to get there like last moment. So.
Last moments, Murray says he takes with him on each road he travels.
I do believe that we do touch lives as we go through, and you're only on this planet for one rotation. You might as well make it as fun as you can.
We're outside Hattie's Restaurant, which today is reopening as a reimagined culinary lab, training youth from underserved communities who are looking for a path to a purposeful career.
We pledge our commitment to transform our lives and communities.
That's how each day starts, a promise to be a light for themselves and those back home. The trainees, ranging in age from 18 to 24, then begin prepping food, polishing silverware, setting tables, and all other tasks necessary to run a restaurant. The program's the latest from SEAT, the social enterprise and training center in Schenectady, which provides real-world skills and helps those who didn't finish high school and aren't yet ready for college. CEO and founder Jennifer Lawrence said partnering with Hattie's Restaurants provides students with the hands-on learning experience that complements their in-class curriculum.
Whatever you do in the classroom, you do hands-on the same week.
For 20-year-old Malachi Greer, the program has been life-changing.
My life started off rough. I was in the hood, more or less. Didn't have too many role models to follow, so I ended up in the streets, more or less. I just was like, I had to do something better with my life.
He learned about SEAT from a former coworker. He said he found his calling with the culinary lab, and the support he's received and skills learned in the program have been invaluable.
While being here, I've found a newfound family, love from everybody who I've met here.
The restaurant will be open to the public for 2 dinner seatings every Thursday and Friday, with everything prepared, cooked, and served by the students under a professional chef and general manager. Greer has a message for those who may be struggling like he was.
Because there's nothing in the streets for any of them. Like, you're gonna go down that path and it's gonna be a dead end. So I'm hoping to have everybody that I know, or even people that I don't know, come to this program and expand their success.
Reporting in Albany, Valerie Wences, News 10 ABC.
We have pickleball going, swimming going, we have yoga going, karate going, chess clubs going already. So you're seeing a life on the campus.
And it's being used to house some government agencies, a trend he says will continue as the fate of the college building's determined based on the greater Albany community input and realistic government needs.
It was built as a college, nothing else but a college. So a lot of the infrastructure is it's all under the ground. So one building might have, 5 buildings might be tied into one boiler system. So it makes it harder to break it away. And we're looking at housing. So you got to be careful because you can't sell a building that will affect the rest of the campus.
The Pine Hills Neighborhood Association strongly urged the county executive to take his time before moving forward or selling different buildings on campus, from the Hearst Media Center to the Hellman Library, sending him a letter on October 14th. A report is currently being conducted by an independent firm, CPL, which will make recommendations for the future of the property.
You're going to see a mixed use there, and I've said that. Again, when this report comes out, hopefully it's going to explain how the college will evolve going into the future.
He says we can expect that report on St. Rose in early November. Reporting in Albany, Valerie Wences, News 10 ABC.
Toxic algal blooms are patches of cyanobacteria. These bacteria are naturally present in most waters, but high temperatures, still conditions, and excess nutrients can cause them to grow out of control.
There are a few drinking water treatment plants right along the river here too that pull water from the river, so the main concern was that we wanted to be sure that their treatment processes were taking out anything that was toxic, which they were, but it was something that we were always very conscious of.
The bloom was first noticed in late August, something scientists say is unusual for a moving body of water like the Hudson. The blooms usually occur in lakes, where the water is stagnant.
We tended to think of these algae blooms as a lake problem, so we're really going to kind of have this on our radar for the next few years to see if it comes back, to see if these types of blooms become a much more recurrent thing on the Hudson River.
A change in the weather is now causing the bloom to begin to break up and fade.
Toward the end of September, it cooled down a little bit. It started raining a little bit more. And so it seems like those conditions have changed and the bloom has really started going down.
The much-needed rain is also doing its part to move the toxins downriver.
The more fresh water that comes into the system from precipitation, rain, and things like that will just wash things down the river faster as well. So there's a good chance that increased rain here and there has really helped kind of flush things out.
Exposure to cyanobacteria can cause skin irritation, nausea, and breathing problems in people, and can be deadly for pets.
If you see anything that looks like these bright green streaks in the water or kind of a bright green film on top of the water, just try to avoid it. Don't touch it, don't swim in it, maybe take your kayak somewhere else. Definitely don't let your dog swim in it.
The Department of Environmental Conservation runs an interactive map called the New York Harmful Algal Bloom System, where you can check the HAB status of waterways across the state. You can find a link to that map on our website, news10.com. Reporting in Kingston, Amber Fisher, News 10, ABC.
We're compassionate, but at the same time, we're not going to tolerate aggressive panhandling.
You'll find these signs, which began going up about 3 months ago, throughout Troy. They read, "It is okay to say no to panhandlers." And the link on them takes people to a community resources page.
We drive folks to say, okay, it's okay not to give direct money to a panhandler. Donate to some of these nonprofits who are providing shelter, food, a shower.
Joseph's House and Shelter is a nonprofit agency that serves the homeless population in Rensselaer and Albany counties. Executive Director Amy LaFountain says while the signs may raise awareness, the issue is far more complex.
For some people, they choose not to engage with somebody who's panhandling. And then there's people who choose to engage with somebody who's panhandling. I don't necessarily believe the signs will change what people are doing.
Community members have mixed feelings.
For the people who are trying to do what they need to do in order to make a living, it's going to make it a lot harder for them.
It's actually scaring people away from all panhandlers. And like I said, some of them are not aggressive.
I feel like that could be a good or a bad thing. It depends, because some people are asking for money, and they have money in their pocket, because I have done it.
Businesses are also giving mixed reviews. One owner told me they've seen a decrease in panhandlers. But Marcos Lugo of La Familia Barbershop says he feels the signs are not enough.
It's a big issue for the whole community. You know what I'm saying? All the local business around here, I believe they agree with me. They had to be addressed to another place in town. I believe the local authority, they doing the job, but I believe it's not enough.
City officials say the signs are just one step in a larger effort to connect people with long-term support. Reporting in Troy, Amber Fisher, News 10, ABC.
All right, let's try some concentration curls. My favorite.
To say Shirley Cohen is active is an understatement.
1, 2.
At 89 years old, she can typically be found walking laps with weights in her hand around Coburg Village. She couldn't even sit still during our interview.
Getting old doesn't have to mean the end of life. It can be the beginning. It can be a beginning of a new beginning.
That's why she runs a Facebook group called Shirley's Fitness for 70 and above. With the help of her daughter, Shirley posts motivational tips, quotes, and even healthy menu ideas. The group now has over 9,000 followers. Shirley says that she's always enjoyed fitness, but her outlook began to change when one of her daughters passed away from cancer at the age of 42.
And to help me deal with that was walking, but not my normal walking. I would walk, maybe 5-6 hours a day, because if I walked, I didn't cry.
Shirley's other daughter is a personal trainer who taught Shirley weight training. Shirley's dedication quickly became an inspiration to others.
She's their peer. When they hear, fitness advice from someone 20 or 30 or 40 years younger than them, they're like, well, that was, that part of my life is over. And Shirley's like, no, that part of our life is not over.
Shirley told me that this has become her life's mission. When she met a woman in her group who was struggling,
we became friends. She lost weight. She became motivated, and she said, if it wasn't for me that day, she would have taken her life. And so I think I'm making a difference in older people's lives, and that's all I want to do.
Shirley is trying to teach other seniors and people of all ages, including me, that age is just a number. To find out how you can join Shirley on her fitness journey, head to our website, news10.com. Reporting from Rexford, Amber Fisher, News 10, ABC.